You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. We set these enormous, life-changing goals. We're going to change our career, get in the best shape of our lives, maybe even change the world. But then, well, life gets in the way. That initial spark just fades, and we're left standing there thinking, what happened? And that's the real question, isn't it? Why do our biggest, most inspiring ambitions so often leave us feeling completely deflated? We aim for the moon, which sounds amazing, but it seems like we just end up feeling more stuck on Earth than ever before. It's this vicious cycle. We dream up these huge, grand plans, but honestly, their size is just paralyzing. We get overwhelmed, so we put it off. We procrastinate. And of course, that inaction just leads to frustration and disappointment, which, you guessed it, makes it even harder to get started. So how do we break out of this trap? Well, we have to start by changing the rules of the game completely. Okay, so the first step is to totally rethink what we even mean by success or achievement. Because here's the secret. It's not about how big the task is. It never was. It's about the work itself. Think about it like this. You've got a CEO of a massive company and an apartment watchman. On the surface, their jobs look worlds apart, right? But if you strip away all the titles and the paychecks, what's at the core? They're both doing work. One manages a corporation, the other secures a building. Both are important. Both have dignity. The value isn't in the scale of the job, it's in the doing of the job. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The problem isn't our ambition. The problem is our focus. We get so laser focused on that huge goal way off in the distance that we completely miss the joy that's right here, right now, in what we're already doing and what we already have. All right, so if chasing giant goals is part of the problem, what's the solution? And look, it's not give up on your dreams. Not at all. It's about starting smaller. I mean, way smaller. The best way to picture this is to think about a little kid learning to walk. They don't draw up a business plan for running a marathon. They just try to take one wobbly step. And then they fall over. And they get back up, and they try again. For them, every single one of those little steps is a huge victory. That's what we need to get back to. Celebrating the effort, not just the finish line. Let's make this super practical. Let's say your big idea is to serve others. You want to start a huge charity. That's incredible. But it's also a little intimidating, right? So let's shrink it. A smaller action, helping a family member who's going through a tough time. That's service. Okay, let's go even smaller. The smallest possible gesture, offering a cup of coffee to the person who helps around your home. That is also service. It's real, it's meaningful, and it's something you can do literally today. And you know, a funny thing happens when you start acting small. You start seeing small. You begin to notice that joy isn't some grand prize you get at the end of a long, hard journey. Turns out, it's been all around you the whole time. Real happiness, the kind that sticks with you, it's found in these tiny, simple moments that we usually just rush right past. You know, a child's smile, the feeling of a gentle breeze, just noticing a flower or looking up at the sky, a kind word from an elder. These things are everywhere. We just have to train ourselves to slow down and actually see them. And this is so crucial to understand. We're taught to measure everything, but joy doesn't have a quantity. Happiness doesn't come in small, medium, and large. The deep satisfaction you can get from a simple, quiet moment can be just as profound, sometimes even more so, than the feeling of some massive accomplishment. So, all of this, the small steps, noticing the small joys, it all leads to one central practice, one idea that ties it all together. And that is the practice of simply being present. Now, this isn't some trendy new idea. This is ancient wisdom. It's a core message in texts like the Bhagavad Gita. And the logic is simple. The past, it's gone. The future, it hasn't happened yet. It's not real. The only thing that truly exists, the only place you have any real power, is right here in this moment. And this all boils down to 3 simple but powerful techniques. First, gratitude, really appreciating what you have. Second, self-appreciation, and we'll come back to this one, it's a biggie. And third, presence, committing to living right here, right now. These aren't complicated, but they are absolutely transformative. Okay, that self-appreciation point, this is so important. We are so quick to encourage other people, to tell them, great job, but we almost never say it to ourselves. We have to be our own cheerleaders. So when you make a small effort, when you take one tiny step, you need to pause and tell yourself, shabash, well done. This isn't about being arrogant. It's about giving yourself the fuel you need to keep going. So I'll leave you with this question. Forget about that huge goal for tomorrow. Let's just talk about today, right now. In the middle of your day, what's one small, simple joy you can choose to pause and really, truly notice? The answer? Well, it just might change everything.